Every chart tells a story, and the projection oscillator chart is often one worth listening to. This is a weekly chart of the gold ETF, GLD, and we can see that it's moving from the bottom left to the top right. It's in a bullish mode. It's above the momentum ribbon line, and the truth strength index direction is up. And we want to mark this weekly high, and we click the P button, put the crosshair cursor right on the bar, and left click for a high. And the question is, has GLD made a weekly high at 123.07? If we go back to the last time that the 8-period stochastic RSI hit the overbought zone, and we'll click the C button to do a count, and we'll start at this bar, right click to place the legends at the low, and before it exited it made a high on this bar, and it's 7 TDs of trading days, because this counting was made really for daily charts, but it's 7 bars, so 7 weeks, 49 calendar days, and a range of 8 points. But the important point is that after the stochastic RSI reached the overbought zone, GLD continued to advance and didn't make a weekly high until 7 weeks later. So even though 123.07 could be a weekly high in GLD, we can't accept that as a conclusion, and have to allow for the possibility that GLD could go higher for even several more weeks. And if we look at the daily chart, we might be able to get a better picture. And as soon as it comes up here, okay, this is GLD. We'll use the same thing. We'll push the P, the price button, put the crosshair cursors on the bar, and there's our 123.07 high. We can see that GLD is above the expanding momentum ribbon, which is bullish. The TSI arrow pointing up. GLD has made a bearish reversal and is now in the oversold zone, from which it will turn up. And if we mark the low on this bar, 121.28, 121.28 is probably a daily low for this swing period. And I think we can say the story this chart is telling us is, if gold does not decline below 121.28 before turning up in a bullish reversal, there's a high probability that GLD will exceed the 123.07 high. And that would be the picture that we have on GLD. Now, the interesting comparison is with GDXJ, which is the junior gold miners, which is telling us an entirely different story. And that doesn't happen too often, but it's worth paying attention to when it does. And we have to treat them independently, because even though they're obviously highly correlated, they don't always move precisely in sync. But if we look at the GDXJ, the Junior Gold Miners weekly chart, we can see that it's below the momentum ribbon, price is below the momentum ribbon, and the TSI, the True Strength Index, has turned bearish, and that the stochastic RSI, the buy-sell oscillator, swing oscillator, has made a bearish reversal from the overbought zone, which has been confirmed by the projection oscillator, which has been in the oversold zone for more than a week, or for more than a month. So our outlook on GDXJ is bearish, even though it's bullish on GLD. And if we look at the daily chart on GDXJ, I think our weekly outlook will be confirmed with a short-term bearish outlook. And the only question here is whether we have made a daily low at 33.90 on GDXJ. Now, if we go back and look at the last few times that there was a bearish reversal from an uptrend, and we'll use our counting button here, and we'll use this bar for the high, and we'll count down to this bar, and it was 8 calendar days between the bar high and the bar low. So even though it's possible that the low is 33.90, that's not assured, and in fact would probably look for the possibility or the probability that GDXJ will make a low lower than 33.90 before a bullish reversal. But in any event, even if GDXJ did reverse up, so long as it didn't exceed the last swing high at 38.06, it would be setting up for a short trade going forward. So there we have the picture. We have gold, which is in a generally bullish drift, and GDXJ, the junior gold miners, which are pointing mostly south. And I don't think that dichotomy will exist forever, but that's the way we have to play it by what we see.